There must have been a lot of positives for you in that, with the team you had to put out as well.
Yeah, I think when people, sometimes you look at it as Hyde United versus South Sheffield, but when you actually look at the two team sheets, we've got debutants, we've got players starting their first game of the season, players who are only getting introduced to each other, players missing on Tuesday, players missing today. So all I wanted to do is try and galvanise them, get them organised, and hopefully give ourselves a chance of having a competitive edge to us. And for long periods of the game we did that.
And scoring first obviously helped that as well, didn't it? It could help us get organised and keep South Shields at bay. They didn't really cut us open a lot, did they?
Well, but if you play extra men at the back and you play a low block, they won't create chances. But then it sucks the life out of your own attacking play. So what we needed to do really well was on our set plays, whether they be most people think the set plays as cross free kicks, direct free kicks and corners, but the goal kicks, throw-ins, they were our opportunity, if you like, to expand the game and get on the pitch. And and we knew that we caused them problems from set plays. Lots of teams have. So we use a free kick, we get another set play, and then all of a sudden then we've created the opportunity. If that lad doesn't get in the way, then somebody else is going to score. So really pleased with that. And like I said, we managed the first half. I think the problem was that I think if you've got the adrenaline and you suddenly come in the second half, I thought we started the second half really poor. We needed to be really switched on, stay focused on our jobs, make sure they didn't get behind. And I was disappointed with the cheap set plays we gave them. It wasn't them really asking a lot of questions. It was us maybe being sloppy in the clearances.
It wasn't really knocking on the door, was it?
No, and we allowed them to maintain the pressure on us by really not clearing effectively. There was times when we could have maybe took the pressure off an open play, but those are the bits that I have to understand whether that lack of quality in those moments is down to fitness. I think technically you can do it. Is it down to fitness? Is it down to ability? Is it down to panic? And then how do we kind of erode that so that we become a bit more composed under pressure?
It was interesting, obviously your hand was forced a little bit today in that you had to start Carter Waters for the first time. He was really good discipline-wise. Theo had to play up front. You had a lot missing. Carter was outstanding, wasn't he?
Yeah, no, we're really pleased for him. But this is a guy that perhaps who hasn't had a lot of time. I've asked him to do a difficult job because most of the games he's come on, he's actually had to play almost as a wing back. Because of the pressure we've been under. Nantwich changed shape and went to free at the back, so we had to track the free. He was playing almost like an 11. And the same today. He got cut out a couple of times today, but he showed his recovery pace and he stuck to his task. He'll probably think that, oh, what did I do? Positive, but he played a huge part today.
He did.
And I'm really pleased for him. We have to be careful because obviously he went off, and I think this is the danger that you have when you start. You play only your first 11, they get overloaded and break down, and then the ones who are on the bench, when you call upon them, they're underloaded. And it's great to get Carts 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and then get him 75. And I just hope that he's stronger for the experience. There'll be games when it's just a bit unfair on some of them that they're coming into a team that's a little bit maybe lighter in terms of the experience to help them, so there's a bit more pressure on them. But in the game with Theo, I thought Theo was excellent. He's got better with every role, and he's getting there. Jack Sherratt, brilliant. The others you expect solidity because they've been playing regularly, but these guys have really stepped up, filled gaps, and made us look really competitive. So I'm really pleased for them.
Yeah, and lots of young players as well on the bench. I mean, you like working with the young players. I mean, is it great that you've got this like the under-21s to dip into as well? That you can bring on and develop.
Well, sometimes I have at Stockport, because of the lack of finances, had to develop players because they're much more cost effective over time. You get a better quality player, young and hungry, they're more open-minded. And then there's other times when perhaps the squad has been thinned out and you have to draw on them, and it's an emergency situation. But either way, it's a great opportunity for them. And I looked at my bench and I've got players who are probably a long way from match fitness, probably a long way from what you'd want to sustain what we're doing. But so when you think about what we've had, I think it's great. But it's great for them. Like I said, even though we still had a chance to get back in the game, it's great for Bradley. He's been training with us. He's been travelling to places that, and so for him it was great to get his debut. At Stockport over time, I think I gave 50 young lads their debuts to teenagers. So it's just nice for these guys to get a sniff, and it gives them a carrot that should they do well for the 21, should they do well in training when called on, should they do well in the cameo roles, or when we ask them, then you know you're in the eyesight of the manager all the time. So and there's great structures here, whether it be the under 21s or whether it be the youth team. So that's a reservoir of players that I think that will come forward. So again, a shout out for Cameron. For such a young lad, the consistent performance since I've been here, not just in the 3 games, but from first minute to the 95th minute, it's been outstanding. Those are the attributes I think people like him move forward and play at high levels, and hopefully the journey will go up and give them that opportunity.
On to Tuesday, Stafford walking wounded. I mean, what's the assessment? Will you be able to get a team out at this rate? There's players going down left, right, centre at times, aren't there?
Yeah. Obviously, Carts is probably cramped, but I haven't had a chance. Carl's got a cut. We've got people coming out. They sit back to play today. We've got other people picking up knocks and not being available for next game. So we should have Tom Pratt back because it was only for personal reasons he was missing today. So that would be an option for us. That will help strengthen the start 11. I think other players are a touch. Tuesday might come too soon, and that's not just the lads who are on 1 or 2 weeks injury, but also the likes of maybe James Jones, Harry Benz. It might just be, and I don't want to risk people. I think we've got to manage their injuries correctly, and then use the gap between Stafford and the next game to really get ourselves some proper good work, get everybody better conditioned, get better organised, and then when we have all those players back, let's see. Put out our strongest team with a bit of time behind them, and not just the strongest individual players, but the strongest team, this well-organised team. Then we'll see where that takes us when we'll be in all those games.
That's the big thing, isn't it? After Stafford, there's a big breaking. If you train, get your ideas across the lads, and also get lads fit again.
Yeah, I mean, this is. It makes me laugh when, I remember Newcastle having 4 games in something like 16 days at non-league. They're asking part-time players to play a ridiculous amount of games, and we have to be really careful. I mean, the Premier League were having so many subs and etc. And at this level, they just expect them to turn up, which I think is probably a little bit disrespectful for the effort and energy that they put in. So it's been a really demanding programme, and naturally after August and September it settles down unless you're heavily involved in a cup competition. But we just need to get through this really demanding, stressful period and get to the point where we can have some quality time on the training pitch, and also get other bits added to us as we go from game to game. So credit to the players, tremendous professionalism being shown by them to put in the performances they have in the last 3 games, and I look forward to working with them and just helping and supporting them as we go forward.
Real cheers, Jim. We'll see you Tuesday. All the best. Thank you.